Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on how I achieve glowing skin in the winter time. I know that the winter time can really dry out your skin. It can make it look dull, dehydrated, you get dry patches, and it just doesn't look very radiant and healthy. So I like to use this technique to make my skin look and appear to be as hydrated and healthy as possible, even though it's definitely not. But you gotta fake it till you make it. So for this technique, I did use a whole mess of highlighting products, and you don't have to use as many as I did, but I had them, so I said I might as well put them all on my face. I did want to feature the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is in the shade Gleam. I did mix a couple of the colors to create the highlight that is going on my cheeks right now. I am absolutely in love with this palette. I think that the quality of the powders are amazing. If you guys are interested in a highlighter comparison video where I compare this palette to other highlighters in my collection, like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminators, maybe the Becca highlighters, whatever you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below because I can definitely do that for you guys. So this particular technique will work for someone like me who has oily combination skin and for somebody who has dry skin, because I went in with a mattifying primer in my oily areas. I did not go in with a dewy foundation. I went in with one that has a natural finish. I set the areas of my face that tend to get oily, and I only highlighted in places that I wanted to look very dewy, glowy, and luminous. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. And if you guys are interested to see how I created this glowy skin for the winter time featuring the new Glow Kits by Anastasia Beverly Hills, then please keep watching. So the first product I'm going in with is the Laura Mercier Radiance Foundation Primer. I'm putting this on underneath my foundation so that my skin is glowing from underneath it, since I am not going to be using a dewy foundation. I'm just going to be blending that out with my beauty blender, and then I'm going to mattify the center of my face using my NYX Angel Veil Primer. I get oily around my T-zone area, so I want to make sure that even with all the glow going on in the rest of my face, the center of my face still stays mattified. Next, I'm going in with my foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation in the shade Y335, and I'm blending it out with my beauty blender because I don't want it to be too heavy looking on the skin. This foundation still does have a very natural finish to the skin, but since I am putting so many products on top of it, I don't want it to look too cakey or too much in certain areas. I want it to look very natural, so I'm just using it to create a nice even base. After I have that all buffed out, I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Medium Light Neutral, and I'm putting that everywhere that I would normally conceal and highlight. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything out with my damp beauty blender. So now I'm going in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm only going to be setting certain specific areas of my face. I'm going to be using my beauty blender to set right underneath my eyes where I put my concealer. I am going to be kind of baking this area, but I'm not going to be leaving the powder on for as long as normal, but I am still putting a large amount. I'm also going to be setting right on the sides of my nose, on my upper lip, in my smile lines, and on my chin and forehead, because those are the areas where I get oily. But I am going to go over this again a little bit later with more of a light reflecting powder, so you guys will see that. But I'm basically just putting this powder on, and then I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and just dust everything away. I didn't let it sit for any excess amount of time. As soon as I was done placing it down, I decided to wipe it away. So since that powder is super mattifying, I'm going to be taking my ambient lighting palette, and I'm taking that shade right there on that same fluffy brush, and I'm going to be lightly dusting this all over my face. The shade that I took is going to make your skin appear like it is being hit with dim light, so it's going to add a beautiful natural glow to the skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and just bronze slightly with my Benefit Hoola Bronzer. You guys know the drill. I'm just putting some on my temples and in the hollows of my cheekbones and a bit down my neck. And once my skin is nice and bronzed, I'm going to take a little bit on my NARS Ita brush just to contour my nose. Okay, so now for the fun part, I'm taking my Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam, and I'm taking the shades Starburst and Crushed Pearl on my fan brush from Smashbox, and I'm going to start highlighting the heck out of my cheekbones. I am putting so much product, but it is just beautiful. These powders are so finely milled that it doesn't look like you have a ton of glitter sitting on the tops of your cheekbones. It just looks so beautiful and natural. especially when you set it with a setting spray, but oh my god, you guys. I have never been so highlighted in my life. You need this glow kit in your life. They are beautiful and a completely different formula than their illuminators. Now for some shadow, I'm taking this Colourpop eyeshadow in the shade Meet Up, and I'm going to be taking it on my finger, and I'm just going to be placing that all over my eyelid area. I'm blending it out with my finger, taking more and kind of pushing the product on with my finger. I just want to make sure that it looks as metallic as possible. And for the crease, I'm taking this shade here from the Marc Jacobs Lolita palette, but you can use any neutral toned brown shade that you have in your collection, and I'm taking that on a fluffy blending brush and just placing that in the crease really sloppily. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to add a little bit more dimension. Once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes, and then it is time for mascara. The one that I'm using today is my L'Oreal Telescopic, and I'm using that on my top and bottom lashes, just adding a couple of coats. You guys know by now this is my favorite mascara of all time. For lips, I'm first going to go in with this Colourpop lippy stick called Lumiere, and I'm going to be filling in my lips completely. This is going to act as a base for the lip gloss that we are putting on next, but I missed this color and I decided to use it today. But for lip gloss, I'm going to be topping off this lipstick with the lip gloss from Marc Jacobs called Pretty Thing. These Marc Jacobs lip glosses are my favorite formula ever. They just make your lips look beautiful. They are nice and juicy, plump, and wet looking, which is what I love in a gloss. So for the last step of this tutorial, I am going to be setting my face with MAC Fix Plus, and this just brings out the most intensity possible from your highlight. It just looks amazing, and it really melts the products into your skin. So that is it for today's tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.